Well, Sam, this Monday's derby clash with Wolves will be our fourth of the season. You've been in charge of the previous three. Being a local lad yourself, what is it that makes these games so special in the West Midlands?
Well, I mean, I've been to many as a youngster. West Brom, Wolves, Villa, Birmingham when they were there at that time in my youth, long time ago. So we all know the passion in this part of the world for derbies, and I think that you know, the satisfaction that we get out of it, the players get out of it. Certainly as a local, I get out of it personally, and of course the fans, which in the end of the day, when it comes to a local derby, is one of the most important things to try and achieve for them, as well as for ourselves. So the chance to do the double, and I think probably if we do the double, probably be our first double of the season, and against our local rivals, hopefully we'll give just a little bit of satisfaction to ourselves and to the West Brom fans, of course, because our main aim obviously was not to be in the tough position we're in, but we'll keep on fighting, and 3 points against our rivals just down the road would be of much benefit to us, and keep our maybe slim hopes alive, which is what we wanted to do after Villa. And of course that kick in the teeth in the last minute is something we have to recover from, but maintain that level of performance, and hopefully this time round, like I said, produce a victory against our local rivals.
Has it been difficult to pick the lads up after that last-minute equaliser at Villa?
I think there wasn't a lot to be said after the game, from my point of view, because of the devastation of conceding the goal at such a time of the game is always harder to take than any other time, because you're this close away from securing 3 points. So the disappointment on everybody's face said it all. In fact, I couldn't see many people's faces because most of the lads had their heads between the knees, and you know, just knew, you know, just to see how gutted they were was enough for me to know, you know, that it hurt them. And what we have to do is recover from that and look at the performance, which is what we've done over the last couple of days, and said, you know, this performance will give you an opportunity to win Premier League football matches if you maintain it, or in many cases try and better it. So it's unfortunate that it's 2 individual errors that cost us the 2 goals. So really those errors will happen. It's a shame it happened 2 in the one game. Doesn't normally happen like that, but it did. You know, like I said, push on, and give the best you can possibly give for yourself, your family, the club, the fans and everybody, because it is a local derby, and we want to keep fighting and keep being in with a shout after the game on Monday night.
We secured the bragging rights against Wolves back in January. Having done that, Sam, having beaten Wolves already once this season, in your opinion, what's needed to go again and pick up another 3 points against them?
Well, I think that I'd have to say a little bit of the rub of the green for a change. You know, we've had a lot of decisions, I think, go against us in the period I've been here, and I think in that game, it's not very often you get 2 penalties in one game, but we did. And obviously looking at them, deservedly so, but you know, penalties can be refused even though you think it's a cert. That gave us the opportunity to win the game 3-2. And there was a lot of lift of the mood by the players, but unfortunately from there on we couldn't strike a level of performance to keep the team from losing from there on. So we had to wait until we got more and more organised and brought the new players in. But the down the day, it was a great feeling for everybody. I remember driving home and saying, thank God for that, because I think it's my first win. So that was a relief, and I really wanted to kick on from there, and it didn't quite happen. But You know, this is the most difficult job you arrive at when a team is struggling, and probably one of the most difficult jobs in the Premier League when you come to a side that's in December and you've got to try and sort it out. And of course, at the moment, we're seeing all the hard work improve our performances, but we haven't seen enough points on the board. So 25 points now is really disappointing, but I can't knock the lads in terms of the effort and the performances and the way they've tried to turn this around.
It's been almost 10 years, Sam, since an Albion Wolves game at the Hawthorns. There'll be tens of thousands of Albion fans and Wolves fans up and down the West Midlands that will be devastated that they can't be at the game on Monday. But one thing that you can do is put a smile on their face by beating Wolves. How much would that mean to you to put a smile on the face of the Albion fans?
Well, I know how much it meant last time, so, you know, to do the double, I mean, is a big factor, you know, for anybody to do a double in local derbies is a massive return, irrespective of what we've done before or after, and we have that opportunity. I wouldn't like the lads to lose that opportunity. I wouldn't like the lads to come on Monday night and not gain that victory, because it's important, as you said, for the fans, but it's very important for us to keep our season alive, as difficult as it might be. But I think we should have won 3 and drawn 1 in the last 4 now, and if we'd have won or beat Wolves to make it, another victory, we would have had a little bit more hope about staying up. But because we've had that 2-point snatch for it, makes it more difficult. So the pressure's on the players. They're feeling the pressure at times, I think. Certainly the early part of the game at Villa, but once they got to grips with it, produced a really good performance. And I saw more chances created against the Villa away from home than I've seen in any other game we've played this season. So that's a positive point of view. Like I said, all we had to do was cut out the individuals and we would have had a fantastic victory, but it wasn't to be. But let's do it against Wolves.
And just finally, Sam, just wanted to ask if there are any fresh injury concerns and just what the latest is with Robert Snodgrass and Kieran Gibbs.
Kieran's still struggling with the calf. Snoddy's still struggling with his back, which is a bit more concerning because he has to go to a specialist now. And Branny is resting up a very bad hamstring. We won't see him again this season.